What's good, YouTube? Before we get deep into the video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video with people who could, be looking for a little entertainment, maybe a little education, advice in life. I want to be dropping random videos. There's going to be a bunch of information, but hopefully all of it is valuable, or at least you can get a laugh out of it, or you get some entertainment from my videos. This morning, I'm waiting to get my hair cut. It's raining out here in New Jersey. And I said, you know what, let me just take some time and think about something that I can share with the people, man. So I wanted to talk about, toxic masculinity. That's been like a big thing that I see all over social media. You hear people talk about it all the time. And it's like, usually when you think about toxic masculinity, people, I guess you would think about like guys, being misogynist, not considering the feelings of others, I guess like the stereotypes for men, you know what I mean? Like, provider, protector, suck it up, don't cry, things like that. And, I feel like, when it comes to toxic masculinity, a lot of the, the poison for men, I would say, is silence, man. I feel like, hurt people hurt people. So I feel like as men, especially in this country, or let me just say men in general, if you are a man, society expects you to be a certain way, carry yourself in a certain way. You, again, have to be that protector, that provider, the one that's, strong when everyone else is weak. You have to be this source of power, if you will. And a lot of us don't get the help that we need from, a therapist. A lot of us don't open up about issues that we face, about the pressures that we face, and about things that we experience in our lives, because society has taught us that as men we aren't supposed to share these things, and these emotions and these thoughts and these things that we deal with, keeping this stuff inside, can eventually cause us to lash out in various different ways, whether that be cheating, whether that be womanizing, whether that be, whatever you choose. I mean, physical harm, all those things. And I feel like a lot of those things are just from men not processing and dealing with emotions. So I just wanted to take this time and kind of talk to the fellas and kind of say, man, like, we have to learn how to really speak up, man. If you have people that you trust, men around you, me and my friends have recently started doing this, but if you have strong men around you, I definitely recommend you guys, creating a safe space for you to come and talk about shit openly, man. Cry if you need to. Create a space with the strong men that that you trust, to where guys can start to get shit off their chest. And if you can start to get shit off of your chest in a healthy way, it reduces a lot of the stress and energy and harm that you can potentially cause to others, because you're able to release a lot of the shit that we hold inside on a daily basis as men. We have a lot of responsibilities. We go out, we're expected to, at least me, I hold myself to the standard, and the guys around me, we're expected to pay for everything. We're expected to protect, our families, not only the woman that we're with, but, whoever we're with, honestly, siblings, your household, whatever, all that. We're expected to be that, that protector. We're expected to be the guide in many situations, and, obviously, as a man, or, as a human in general, you should continue to educate yourself, and, you should position yourself to where, hopefully you can be a guide and offer advice to others. But, we don't have all the answers. And that can be a lot of pressure for folks, man. Like, if you feel like you need to be the one that constantly is giving direction, what I mean? Who do you turn to when you need some direction? No matter how far you go in life, no one has it all figured out. So, like, if you don't have it all figured out, you just have to be okay with that, and you have to, learn how to process the emotions that come with not being perfect. And none of us are perfect. And I feel like that's a lot of pressure that men feel as well, the pressure to be perfect, because society puts that pressure on men. And, no one is really there. No one really cares when, a man is crying, or a man has some shit to say, maybe like his girl or his family. But, men are really taught to deal with shit on their own, man. And silence is really, is toxic. Our bodies keep the score. A good friend used to always tell me that, I think it's a reference from a book. or it might even be the title of a book. But our body keeps the score. You know, and that can lead to, you know, diseases. That can lead to other things in my life. And, you know, growing up, you know, this is kind of a little bit off topic, but I definitely was one of those guys that held everything in. I tried to be what society portrays a man to be, just kind of go hard and be alpha in all certain, you know, I hate to say that word alpha, but try to go hard and just be the best and the strongest in all aspects of my life. Because in the end, that's what I was taught that I needed to do as a man, just to be the best. And some of the pressures that I put on myself and some of the things that I experienced that I couldn't share with others, I feel like that maybe contributed to me a few years back having cancer, honestly. I used to think that it was because of my lifestyle choices, and, you know, maybe other poor eating habits, just growing up in poverty, and that might have contributed to it a lot too. I'm just hypothesizing at this point. But I do feel that storing a lot of those emotions in me potentially could have led to me having that cancer, man. And I just want to share some stats with you guys real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Bro. Suicide is the biggest killer of men under the age of 35. And men represent 76% of suicides overall. 95% of prisoners are men. And 87% of rough sleepers are men. You know, that says a lot, man. That really says a lot. You know, those guys, I bet you a lot of them are there because, you know, in prison, you know, or, you know, the rough sleepers are because of the pressures that we face on a daily basis that a lot of us don't talk about, or we don't feel like there's a safe space for us to talk about. And as men, man, we just have to be brave enough, and we have to be honest enough to have these conversations, to stop the silence, stop holding everything in, and, you know, position ourselves to be healthy, man. Like, you know, you can't be the head of your household. I mean, you can be, but, you know, wouldn't it be so much better if the head of the household was healthy, versus, you know, portraying and perpetuating the stereotype of just being like, you know, this man that just has no fears, no worries, no concerns. You know what I mean? Like, that's toxic, man. Little young kids are looking at you. You know, your cousins are looking at you, your family members, maybe younger siblings are looking at you, and, you know, they don't know all the fucking demons that you're battling inside, and they just see this guy that's portraying himself as being like this perfect dude, and they might feel pressure. You know, if your life, you know, from the outside looking in is attractive, you know, they might try to follow in those footsteps, and they might find success. They might be successful beyond you, but at the same time, if they're not, you know, and if they have, you know, feelings and emotions because of that, then it shouldn't be something that they have to hide. So, not to ramble for too long, but, man, we just have to break our silence. You know, find a safe place where you can speak, where you can share your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. You know, whether that be a loved one, a family member, a counselor. You know, all men. You know, all people in general. But I'm talking to the men because I'm a man. You know, we need to be able to open up and talk with someone. You know, again, we're not in this race alone. There's people who've been in our situations, or who have experienced the things that we experienced before. So, you know, just like, be open, man. Be open. Break the silence, please, man. Let's share. Let's be vocal. Let's work towards creating a healthier stereotype for men. You know, toxic masculinity it's BS, you know, when you think about it in the traditional way that most people look at it. But let's just work on developing more positive stereotypes for men, you know. And yeah, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions, if you have anything you wanted to talk about, if you have any input on this video on toxic masculinity, or anything in general, man, just comment, hit me up on IG, hit me up on YouTube. You know, comment, like, subscribe, share the video. Thank you. Until next time. Peace.